So we're here at Mercedes-Benz in Houston checking out the new EQS SUV that was just launched by Mercedes for 2023. This is an SUV like no other, full electric, all the bells, all the whistles, all the luxury. If you can afford it, this could be the car you're looking for. It's a little different this Saturday morning down at Mercedes-Benz in Houston to check out the new EQS SUV. This is an SUV electric vehicle that just came out. They got deliveries about a week or so ago and we have got the inside scoops. So let's go take a look and see this bad boy. This is the top of the line EQS SUV, but please, every car manufacturer on earth, can you please just do this? Memory seats. It's not a difficult thing to ask for. Even in regular cars, can we just have a memory button so that if I'm driving or my wife's driving, like I can just press one button and not have to just move everything manually? So door locks are right here. Got these capacitive buttons again for the seat, headrest up and down. And then you got this cool kind of leg extension, I guess is what I'd call it. It doesn't really go all the way out, so it's not like a leg rest, but by golly, it comes out far enough. This beautiful wood again on the door, and you know, I've got the seat down as far as I can go, but I got tons of space in this thing. Beautiful moonroof above the head, got all these blue lights glowing again around the top of the dash here, and the dash is just ridiculous. I don't know how else to say it. I mean, it's outrageous. The steering wheel is the softest leather. I don't know if they just look for cows and like just touch them and, you know, and stroke them to make sure the leather's going to be supple enough, but this is a beautiful steering wheel. And all these little details, even like the AC vents and grills, they're just so pretty. Mercedes, you know how to make a car, okay? Congratulations. This is what you call a luxury vehicle. So here's this little fingerprint reader here, and then look, to use the fingerprint, activate Mercedes Me. So this is going to tie to a profile for me, obviously start and stop. Got some different options here. The dash is what you'd expect for the main driver. Normal controls here on the steering wheel. So this is where it's going to tell you what kind of recuperation you're currently using. So intelligence is going to do its own thing, but you can cycle through. I can't get it to work right now, but you can cycle through and tell it to have no recuperation so that when you're braking, it's just like regular brakes. You can tell it to have a small amount of recuperation or really strong recuperation. And so if you've never driven an electric car, what that means is when you take your foot off the gas, it's going to start to regenerate and slow you down and try and bring some power back to the battery. Strong is going to feel like you're hitting the brakes as soon as you take your foot off the gas. You know, standard I think is going to be where most people leave it, but intelligent is going to do its own thing and figure out if you're on, you know, the motorway or the highway and you're traveling fast, then it's obviously going to be really gentle. If you're doing 20 miles an hour and you're approaching a stop sign, it's going to know that based on the navigation, and so it's going to be a little bit harder. So that's a really cool feature. All the things you would expect from a top level Mercedes now, it's basically almost going to self-drive for you without really being full self-driving. From what I understand, and I can't drive the vehicle, but from what I understand, this is a similar level, if not superior to Tesla's current level of self-driving. But as far as lane changing, lane assist, it seems like everyone else is catching up here to where Tesla was. But the real gem in this vehicle is going to be the hyper screen, and we've just got to take a look at this because it's something else. So it's actually two screens in the dashboard, the main screen and then a secondary screen, and you can control everything here from this home area. Mercedes EQ, it's going to tell us we're at charge, got 273 miles left. Standard, home, work, so you can optimize your charging programs, how you want it to charge. I mean, it's pretty cool. So web browser's pretty nice, energizing coach to help us learn how to do better. Let's go check out the interwebs. Yeah, all right. Let's check out some setting options in the car. Pretty much everything is possible here. So from an assistance point of view, you can see already active distance assist, active steering assist, active lane change assist, downhill speed regulation so you don't speed up as you're driving downhill, active brake assist, active lane keeping assist, blind spot, roof roller sun blind. Change all my interior lighting, make it how I want it to look. My ambient lighting, let's go for hot pink. Oh yeah. Go for blue. And then we can go multicolor. So now it's hard to see, but it's actually pulsing through the vehicle. I got my seat, so I can set my driver, passenger, lumbar support, where you want it to be, the side bolsters to hold you, heated seats, automatic positioning and temperature. And then if I want, we can go and turn on the seat massages. Oh, so I had massaging seats once before in a Ford F-150 King Ranch. Dude, those suckers were pretty fierce. I mean, when you turned it on, it got going. This is not like that. This is really gentle, but I can kind of feel it on my lower back, and it feels really nice. And then we've got a hot, relaxing back and a hot, relaxing shoulders. So I'm going to sit back here and just see. So the back's getting to about halfway up, and now the shoulder massage has kicked in. Oh yeah. Dude, I wish I could help you feel this through the screen. All I can tell you is it feels darn good. And we're gonna go back to settings and see what else we got going on. But the one I wanna check out here is off-road. So this is not really what you would think of as an off-road vehicle, but it's got all these cool options. So if you start to go off-road, this is the kind of stuff I'd expect to see in my truck. You know, how many degrees I've got my steering wheel turned. The vehicle obviously has rear wheel steering as well as front wheel steering, my elevation, my compass navigation. It's pretty cool. It's showing us now in the range, depending on what things I'm doing. If I activate eco driving, for example, I'm going to gain an extra mile. If I restrict the interior functions, I'm going to gain an extra mile of range. And now we've got the second screen. From what I understand, and I can't demo this right now because we're at the dealership, but you could actually be playing a movie over here that the passenger could be watching. But if the car detects the driver's eyes leaving sight, it's going to be a problem, and it's going to pause this screen over here. So, but that's pretty cool. So this is different options for the dash. This is the understated mode, and I can swipe through to sport mode. I can go through to a classic mode. I can even change to my navigation mode. And I still get the speed there. It does have a heads-up display as well. Look at that. You can't kind of get the size of it, but it's a monster. And that's where it's going to push up some heads-up information. It's hard to see right now, but you can just see it flickering there. It's showing 0. So I'm sitting in the back. Dude, I got pretty decent legroom here. I got at least 6 inches in front of me. And this passenger seat, we deliberately didn't move it forward. I wanted to see what it was like just to sit back here. I feel pretty good. So here you can see this system in the back. So I've got my air quality, I've got my pre-entry climate control, my second row of seats control, so I can have heating and cooling in the back seats separate from the front, ionization, fragrancing. Go back to home so y'all can see that. It looks like individual passengers will be able to have their own user profile. I'm going to play around with this a little bit more too. But look, this is even better. So over here comes the gap for another tablet. And then when I open this up, check this little thing out. It's cute little patterns going on here. The Mercedes logos everywhere. It's a subtle touch, but this is actually a wireless phone charger. So I'm going to put my phone in there. Close the little pouch, the light came on, and dude, she's charging, she's tucked away, safe for the night. Sleep tight, baby. I'll get you tomorrow. Except I won't, because I'll forget that it's in there, and then I'll leave without my phone. The detail, even in the back seats, I don't know how much of this you can see, but the stitching, I'm a sucker for diamond stitching. They give you these cute little cushions for your heads. I got to get some of these for my truck. They're so soft and nice. And that's going to open the middle section, bring it all the way down. So obviously you can lay the seats flat if that's going to float your boat. And the roof's really nice. I didn't think I'd like this stripe across the middle of it, of actual roof line. So in my truck, I've got a moonroof like this, and it's kind of like just the black metal that's connecting the two pieces of roof. This is actually a little bit nicer because it looks like I can close the sun shield. That's a pretty nice touch too. But you know, honestly, I could kind of sit back here and just get driven along. It feels roomy. And the headroom, I mean, I'm 6'4". The headroom's great here. Oh, there we go. Oh yeah. So there's my recline. Okay, that's full recline. Okay, this is full forward. All right, now my knees are touching. All right, so I'm all the way back. I'm all the way reclined. I've got everything where I can put it. And I think this is a new feature. I say a new feature, it's a new car, so I guess it's not. But the buttons here, if you've driven in a Mercedes, you know that the seat control buttons typically are real buttons. You push them forward, you pull them back, and they move. And then obviously that tells the car to move the seat forward or back. These are now all capacitive. They don't actually move at all. They're just touch sensitive. And as you just touch it lightly, it picks up the finger, and away you go. That's kind of nice. I also like the lights. It's really bright here, so it's hard to see. But these blue lights, man, they just look killer. Looking at the trunk here, got the license plate holder, obviously, charging cable to keep you going. So that's some mats. This is exactly as it's going to come from the dealership. It's a pretty decent sized trunk. Definitely not going to be a Lincoln Navigator here, but I think that's to be expected from the shape of the vehicle itself. And that, folks, is the new Mercedes EQS SUV. Starts at about 105 plus whatever upgrades you're going to put on it. I guarantee you will not find a dealer in America that has one for sale for 105. They will be auctioned out. There will be dealer markups on them. The one we tested was about 158 or so, and the dealer had a $20,000 market adjustment on top of that. So this is a serious car, but if you want luxury, you want an electric vehicle built from the ground up, it's definitely worth going and checking it out. Is it a Tesla Model X killer? Well, that's a whole different video.